So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our Navamsha series, and today in this video, let's try to understand Jupiter placement in the 5th house of your D-9 chart in Vedic Astrology and what are going to be the positive and negative results that are associated with the Jupiter placement. Now, if Jupiter is very well positioned and actively engaged in the D9 chart, when I say very well positioned, I am not talking about exalted Jupiter here. You need to check its strength and dignity in both D1 and D9 chart. This Jupiter have the capacity to immediately, after getting married, bless you with prosperity, money. Then next step, after having the children, first child, this is again going to bless you with money, prosperity. After having the second child, again money, wealth and prosperity. So that is going to be one of the most positive sides of this Jupiter if this is very actively and positively positioned in the horoscope. Also, one very interesting thing, before actually deeply diving into the Jupiter results, first of all, let me help you to understand what exactly 5th house is capable. Now, 5th house in both D1 and D9 chart, they are actually most important houses in our Vedic astrology system, because this is Lakshmi Sthan. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, and there are total 8 forms of Lakshmi: goddess of knowledge, goddess of wealth, goddess of money. So there are total 8 forms. Okay, 5th house is the representation of the skill set. First of all, these are the skills which are present inside you. And if Jupiter is in the 5th house, the natural skill of consulting is present inside you. You have the capacity to guide, to teach, to preach, even working as a motivational coach as well. These are the skills of your children as well. So these are actually going to be genetically transformed to your child as well. The second important thing, the main prediction which I initially made, actually, like gains are going to expand, prosperity will come after marriage and after childbirth. Here I am not actually talking about how your interpersonal relationship is going to be. That part totally going to be depending over the horoscope matchmaking, compatibility analysis of both male and female charts together. Single chart have no capacity to decide it, but in the Navamsha chart, from the 7th house, if you count this is actually going 11 places away. So 11 places away, the benefic planets have the capacity to expand the significance in your life. If you are right now living in a 1 BHK apartment, you will shift to 3. You will shift to 4, 5. As soon as children are coming, that is also going to gain the prosperity into your life. On the other hand, if this Jupiter is acting negatively in your chart, negative placement of Jupiter is if it is debilitated. Jupiter conjunction with Mercury is also very negative in the D9 chart. Even Jupiter conjunction with specifically the Rahu is also going to create a lot of adverse impact directly into your life. Because first of all, if this Jupiter is negatively operating in the 5th house, it becomes very difficult for you to first of all find a prospect match into your life. Even if you find one prospect match, then it becomes very difficult for you to find the match within the same community. This is the single most planet, Venus in the 5th house and Jupiter in the 5th house and Venus in the 9th house of your D1, that have the capacity to create a lot of cultural differences into your life. It becomes very difficult for you to marry a person within the same community. So this have the capacity to create a lot of cultural differences between you and your partner. But in the positive side, this Jupiter is actually going to act as a very household kind of a personality. Irrespective of whether you are a male or a female watching this video, Jupiter have the capacity to actually take the responsibilities of the marriage. And out of both husband and wife, whosoever is going to have the strongest 5th house, that is going to bear 80 to 90% of the responsibilities upon their shoulder. And that is where at the time of horoscope matchmaking, after doing the Kundli Milan, Guna Milan, compatibility analysis, you need to look into the 5th house of your D9 chart, both of you. This will actually help you to understand the complexities of the marriage. In order for you to parallelly grow together specifically, both of you must need to first of all have positive negative association in the 5th house. if one is having benefic, then second must need to have some negative planet up there. This have the capacity to parallelly grow together. Otherwise, if both of you are going to receive the positive or the negative energies in the 5th house, you tend to go into this or that direction. This will create a lot of deviations into your life. Apart from this thing, if Jupiter is in conjunction with Ketu or other benefics like Mercury and Moon, this is a very spiritual kind of a combination. And as I told you, 5th house in the D9 is the representation of a skills actually. Maybe as of now, you don't find as such spiritual skills present inside you. Your capacity to teach, preach, guide other person, teach other people about Vedic astrology, numerology, wait until you find your life partner. Because this have to have activated if the Dasha, Mahadasha of your 5th house lord, both in the D1 and the planet sitting in the D9 chart, if that Dasha, Mahadasha is operational, this will definitely going to lead you into that direction. It doesn't matter whether you are actually working in a sales part, in some IT sector or any kind of a thing. Your communication or your speech will represent that preaching capacity. Like you always tend to speak in that kind of a way where you are teaching someone, you are preaching someone. So this have the capacity to directly create the impact over the other people. This is also going to be a very suitable placement if you are looking for some commission oriented work actually. Where you are taking the money from other people, growing their money, and then you are charging 1 to 2% commission. Take the example of a real estate agents also that are maybe selling $1 million mansion and they are charging 1 to 3% commission over the sale of that property. Now that commission oriented work is also going to be very suitable for you individuals, because Jupiter have the capacity to instill lot of trustworthiness inside you. This is that kind of a placement where other people, they easily come and they have the capacity to share their inner emotions with you. They feel very close actually. Even if any stranger meet with Jupiter in the 5th house, they feel that bond, that closeness with them. Like maybe I know this person, or this person have the capacity to understand my pain actually. That is Jupiter energy. And that is genetically programmed inside these people. Even if, for example, in most of your divisional charts, not only in D9, for example in D10 also, in if you go towards D60 also, if for example Jupiter is positive in all the main divisional charts, that is known as Khad Varga, okay, Khadashtak Varga also, and if that Jupiter is very well posited in the D1 chart also, and if it is ruling some royal nakshatras like the nakshatra of Magha, maybe Punarvasu, actively posited into Mula nakshatra also, if that is actually ruling some good nakshatras, that shows a very strong family lineage actually. You are coming from a very strong, I'm not saying in the monetary side, I'm saying in the sense of a moral and ethical side, because they are going to be very righteous. If you go back into your ancestral side also, your ancestors are also going to be very strong with their belief systems because of this Jupiter, and that is why you have received it. The only time this is going to create a lot of negative impact is that is debilitated. If this planet is getting debilitated in the D9 5th house, this is not going to only impact in the D9 actually for marriage part. Look into the D1 chart first of all. Even for example in the D1 chart, Jupiter is very well posited, and then this is going in the debilitation. It shows some curse is present in the chart. I have seen many females not being getting married. They are having an excellent D1 chart, no problem in the 7th house, 8th house is okay, Venus is very perfectly posited, but as soon as they go into divisional chart, Jupiter is debilitated. Now why the debilitation of Jupiter have come? This is the representation of a curse actually, specifically in the 5th house, because many a times negative Jupiter have the capacity to stop the growth of the lineage, so that male child is not going to come inside your family, only the female childs will come, and this have the capacity to create a halting factor in order for you to grow the family lineage, and that is the most negative side of Jupiter. Although by performing Pitrupaksh Shraddha on Amavasya in the month of September, you have the capacity to get rid of negative circumstances, but this is becoming halting factor. even if Jupiter is posited in the wind elements or in the earth element, this is going to create a lot of changes of places into your life. It becomes very difficult for you to settle at one place with this Jupiter. Or if you are staying at one place, then you are going to have properties in multiple locations, because this have the capacity to expand. If this planet is with Mars, expanding of properties; with Mercury, expansion of knowledge; with Moon, expansion of emotions. So in this way, you can study its conjunction in also in the much positive way. So I hope you have gained some deep insights in this video with me. If you are having any queries, any consultations, feel free to contact me at my email ID, and I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Till then, please subscribe my channel below. Make sure to hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. You can send me super thanks, and I'm going to meet you very soon in the next video. Bye bye.